Hello, and welcome back to Oolykee Gaming, welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic Mode Monday. Today we have nuclear power plant, hotels, and Argentinian map. Right, 30-ish mods released in the last 7 days. These are some that caught my eye. If you go there and check it out, you're gonna find really nice mods for yourself. Let's get cracking. Moyer and the Holt 75 crawler tractor. How the Holt 75 was the US-made agricultural and artillery tractor, which was a basis for many further tractor developments from other countries, useful for early starts. In this mod, there are following variants: tractor and the bulldozer. Right. So as you can see, this is a beautiful model with one of them being a tractor. That's the one with the roller in front. I thought it was a paver, but it's not. It has tracks. And the second one is obviously a bulldozer. They're quite similar vehicles, but they are different. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. These are all color schemes that they come in. There's a couple of them being repeated. That would be the red one and the green one. They are the repeating ones. The rest of them, these are the 6 color schemes that you have with them. Right, what about the price tag, I hear you ask? If you go to the price tag, let's go with the tractors. Sewing, here we go. So you have the USA CS CS1370 and Holt 75. You can see that Holt 75 is more expensive, so definitely not a cheaty mod. This vehicle is definitely, if you like it, you're gonna have to pay for it. Link in the description of the video. Gravinerva and the Sovetskiy Prospect 1/28, 1928, and this is my favorite mod this Monday, just because how beautiful the building looks, and of course it has a hammer and a sickle on it. A residential building built in 1927 in Ivantivka, Moscow region. Current address Ivantivka, Sovetskiy Prospect 1/28. It is part of the assembly of 5 buildings in the constructivist style, built in the historical quarter of the town. Works as a residential building. It has 72 people living there, and housing quality is 85%. I wish we had more of these different ones, scale and stuff and style. I don't know if they actually exist, but they are gorgeous. Even these whites, I cannot criticize it too much. I can criticize it a little bit. It kind of looks like it's missing edges, contours, but it's still kind of dirty white color, which I really like. Like dirty, it doesn't look like a, blank slate color. 1928 and hammer and sickle on the building, and small little balconies. Can it house 72 people? 72 divided by 3, that's 20 and 24 people per building, per floor. 24, that means 12 on each side. 12 people can live on each side, divided by 2, that's 6 apartments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it can be 6 apartments around here. So definitely size-wise, I think it fits nicely. You can see the chimneys as well. Chimneys on each side of the chimney, you would have 1 apartment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 2, yada yada yada. I think it's a perfect match. Beautiful building. Anyway, so let's go with the price tag, I hear you ask. That would be under medium-sized building. The first one, Sovetskiy Prospect, here we go, 14,000 rubles. I believe this is going to be, compared to vanilla buildings, in a price range. So 13,000 rubles for this one. That would be Panelka, but still, definitely not a cheaty mod. For more details, link in the description of the video. Gonzal Didi and Santa Maria de Garoña nuclear power plant, or nuclear plant. Santa Maria de Garoña nuclear power plant was a BWR nuclear power plant with installed capacity is 460 megawatts. It was located in Tobalina Valley in the Burgos town of Santa Maria de Garoña in Castilla y León, Spain. Well, Spain being one of my favorite countries that I visit often. Work began in 1966 and it was inaugurated in 1971, being the largest nuclear power plant of its type in Europe. In the 60s, it ceased its activity in 2013. It was operated by Nuclenor, a company for anyway a lot of details. Here we're gonna go and check how it looks first, and we're gonna check the proficiency. Unfortunately, this nuclear power plant does not have the water cooling tower, so you will have to, I think you're gonna have to connect one though. So let's go with the let's go and try to connect the power plant. If we go all the way to power production and the pipes, you can see here that it requires connection to the tower, cooling tower. And of course, this game being broken, it treats nuclear power as the dirtiest power in the world, and the cooling towers do emit a lot of pollution. Well, a lot of them do emit a lot of pollution, because any smoke in this game is related to pollution, and smoke coming out of those chimneys is just the water vapor and nothing else. So yeah, unfortunately, you're gonna have to attach some other water cooler. I suggest some chimney. I think we have smaller chimneys in the mod section, so you're gonna have to find it yourself, or maybe something like a cooling tower that we have here, active cooling tower. But again, pollution is being emitted from those. This is absolutely beautiful model, something that I'm gonna be using in my Let's Plays. Of course, nuclear power is expensive in this game to develop, and later on it's easy to use. Right, what about the price tag, I hear you ask? So if we go to the nuclear power section, and we have 300,000 for something like this. This is the 4,620 megawatt hours of power, and uses 0.042, 0.04. It is using a little bit more. It is using a little bit more nuclear power. Correct me if I'm wrong. Nuclear fuel, sorry, 0.042, and vanilla one with the same power output, 0.04. So it's using, what is that, 5% more nuclear fuel, and produces, of course, a little bit more spent nuclear fuel. 6862. No, it actually produces a little bit less electricity, but it's equivalent to that. So definitely not a cheaty mod, and the price tag is a little bit cheaper, just slightly cheaper than the vanilla one of the same type and size. So definitely not a cheaty mod. Okay, for more details, link in the description video. Hotel Viru by Tarmo. Hotel Viru is a hotel in Tallinn, Estonia. It opened on 5th of May 1972 and was originally owned by the Intourist. The hotel building was Estonia's first high-rise building. Right. Of course, beautiful model, beautiful building. Look at the details on this, how in-depth the signs here go. Absolutely gorgeous. A little bit too clean, I have to say. Looks like brand new and fresh colors. I have to criticize, not that I am. It's realistic. Some of the windows are open, some of them have blinds, some of them have curtains. So absolutely gorgeous piece of architecture. I like how it's I like the style of construction. Absolutely beautiful model. A little bit too clean, I have to say, just to criticize it. And there's nothing on the rooftop, no chimneys, no air conditioning, no nothing. That's interesting. No, not even access to the roof, which probably should have, but I might be wrong there. Anyway, what about comparison to other hotels, I hear you ask. So let's say here, this is Viru. Viru has, whoa, 220,000 tourists can go here. Okay, this is obviously a typo. I'll definitely send this to the developer, to the modder in this case. But yeah, this is the 220,000 tourists should not fit in this. But I'm pretty sure you won't be able even to put this many tourists in there. What about the price of the hotel? 120,000 rubles. Similar hotels. Vanilla unfortunately doesn't have similar hotels. You have Hotel Ukraine, which is half the size and half the price. So yeah, definitely doesn't seem to be a cheaty mod, except the capacity of tourists, but they would consume a lot of food as well, so it could cause some issues. But yeah, hopefully this is gonna get fixed. Obviously it's a typo. More details, link description video. Oh, I love these. This is my third favorite mod. This is Shotkey and Poznan Clinic, Poznanie, I think it would be, as the one distinct clinic building for 45 patients, has 3 spaces for ambulances. Additionally, 5 skins are available. The clinic is approximate replica of the building as of 1914, located in Poznan at Osiedle Lecha. Osiedle, maybe? I don't know. Lecha 120 model textures, debugging, Shotkey. Item was funded by Comrade Seba 82, and you can support Shotkey's work on Boosty. Right, of course, I'm a big fan, first of all, of Polish type of architecture. Probably one of my mostly used and most used architecture in my games, and I do love it. This is something that reminds me of my hometown. It's not exact building, but it's similar design. You have several different buildings that are actually connected to each other in some way and have a different function. Absolutely, I love it. You're gonna see this in my Let's Plays. Of course, we're gonna compare it to the vanilla ones. If we go to hospitals, this is the 10,000 rubles for 45 patients. It's 3 times cheaper than the vanilla hospital. We have small clinic that is cheaper than this and has 3 times capacity. I think it's a little bit on a cheaper side, but take it as a wish. I will be using it in my Let's Plays. Link in description of video. Grand Trade Hall by Novu. This centuries-old trading hall functions as a historic shopping mall, employs 50 workers and can serve up to 450 customers. Added warehouse version, added renovated version. Yeah, this is actually quite good. I love that because we don't have aging or weathering of the buildings. We have a couple of them, one of them serving as a warehouse, because initially it kind of looked like a warehouse even though it was used for trading, but later it was renovated into something like this. It still looks old, but it looks a little bit, refurbished and a little bit better. Right, so let's check out the buildings. So this is obviously a shopping center as well as this one, and this one serves as a storage facility, but 1,600, that's a lot of storage. That's a decent amount of storage if we limit the amounts. Yeah, it would be equivalent. Let's see, what is it? We're gonna compare these storages. I actually want to do this first, so let's go and find the storage facilities over here. Mr. Novus is here, and let's say now, since Rob's ones are kind of vanilla ones, I think, yeah, it is a little bit bigger. Well, it is higher as well, volume-wise. It is a little bit bigger than this storage facility, and price-wise it is more expensive, so a little bit bigger volume-wise and a little bit more expensive. It seems to be fair, even though this is older buildings. So yeah, I think the functionality in reality would be a little bit different, but doesn't seem to be a cheaty mod at all. It is beautiful historic building for your early starts or as a tourist attractions. Anyway, more details, link in the description of the video. Forestwood Guesthouse by Mac Cannon, a small hotel in a forest recreation area. It was built in 2000s, imitating the style of the 1930s, but not very successful. The capacity is very small, and you may need to build many at a time. With a very large living room, visitors can still enjoy their vacation in the living room when the weather is bad or the playground is closed for the winter. Please note that it's very sensitive to the surrounding environment, so please try to build it in highland areas with a lot of forest. Thanks to Novu, Kraken, and Nistagm for building kit. Right, so criticism, I think first of all, let's do the sandwich thing, first bread, then a shish, and then the sandwich. So, and then first of all, I think it's beautiful. I think it looks really nice. I think it's genius idea. I need to check the capacity, which is another thing that I kind of like. Yeah, hotel staff 5, and I'm pretty sure that it's not gonna be too many tourists there as well. And then I'm gonna criticize it. This roof looks really repetitive. I know it is, I know it has to be like that, but it's like all the smudges are the same, just copy pasted several times across, and you need to work with these roof tiles. It just looks like that. This is just my criticism of it. It just looks like that. I know it has to be like that, unfortunately, due to game limitations, but yeah, that's a criticism. And the positive thing, it's quite realistic with being built late in the, well, on the time scale, and it's 2000s building, so that means it has extremely nice accommodation for people. Unfortunately, here expected rating is 0.5. I would put it much higher, maybe, just from top of my head. I'm thinking about it, but I might be wrong there. Right, let's compare it to the other buildings. Let's see where we can find this one. So it's a forest guest house here, 15 people only 15 people. So there is nothing so small in the game, so we can't even compare it. So I definitely not a cheaty mod. I would expect it to have way higher star rating. But that would be just me. I think it's quite realistic. I'm really happy that people are making stuff not to be competitive or cheaty, just to make it to be, you know, they expressing themselves, and then if you build it, you know, it's pricey and not a cheaty thing. So more details, link in the description of the video. I give you Las Islas Malvinas Argentinas, or República Socialista de las Malvinas, also known as the Falkland Islands. This is the disputed territory, according to one side, undisputed according to the other, but I love controversial maps. So this is the Falkland Islands that are off the coast of Argentina, currently controlled by the United Kingdom, and I think there's like 2,000 people living on the islands. I think the islands are beautiful, and I think they have a rich natural... They have a significance in history, and the natural world is absolutely beautiful. Fishing in this area is also quite developed. Anyway, so we're gonna go and check the description by Excepcion. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, I really do apologize. I must tell the house that the Malvinas and their dependencies, the house that remains a socialist territory, no aggression and no invasion can alter that simple fact. It is the government objective to see that the islands are freed from occupation and return to the socialist administration at the earliest possible moment. Yeah, this is the intro into the map, and you have to build your story up for yourself. This is, of course, not really inhabited territory. It does have a couple of thousands of people, as mentioned, but it would be quite realistic if you start here. If you build one city and then even before you start a map, that would be quite realistic. But of course, it's an island. So let's go and check it out how it looks like. It looks quite realistic as far as I remember. You have borders with socialist countries, or sorry, Soviet countries. You have the NATO on the north and east, and then let's go with, which is also quite realistic because Argentina is to the west. And then you have the resources. You can see that coal is quite plentiful. It is 100% dots, but I don't know if any mine would have 100% mining out of this area. So it's interesting approach to distributing resources. Iron is similar, oil is quite plentiful, I have to say, uranium, well, as well compared to the other maps, and bauxite as well, so resources won't be a problem, but this being an island map definitely will be a problem. That's it. I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna say thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, press the like button. If you didn't, leave a nasty comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, notification bell, ring it, comment section, hit it. And if you want to support the channel, you have the description of the video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye bye.